So let me ask you a question. Do you really show your cat you love them every single day? I'm sure you think you do. You buy the fancy food, the cool feather toys, you let them have the best spot on the couch. But what if I told you that most of the ways we humans show love, well, they mean absolutely nothing to a cat? It's this huge, fascinating problem that almost every cat owner faces, and we're going to break down why.
In fact, some of the things you might be doing every day, thinking you're being the best owner ever, could actually be stressing your cat out or even pushing them away. See, they don't speak human, but they are just desperate for you to learn how to speak cat.
And this is where it all goes wrong, right? This communication gap. For us, a big hug is like the ultimate sign of affection. But for a cat, being suddenly grabbed and squeezed can feel like a predator's trap. We buy them expensive treats to say, "I love you," but to them, it's just a transaction. Our signals are totally getting crossed. But don't worry, there's absolutely a way to bridge this gap. There are 7 small, and I mean small, daily habits that can completely rewrite the relationship you have with your pet. And once you start doing these, your cat won't just put up with you, they will genuinely love and trust you back. Okay, so let's dive right into the first part of our guide. We're going to start with the most direct signals out there. The intentional messages you can send that will cut right through all the noise and speak directly to your cat's brain in a language they actually get. You know how your voice kind of jumps up an octave the second you see your cat? You might feel a little silly using that high-pitched, super soft baby talk voice, but guess what? Science says you should be doing it even more. The science on this is actually pretty wild. A 2022 study from the University of Paris found that, cats can tell their owner's voice apart from a stranger's, but, and this is the key, they barely even reacted when people spoke to them in a normal adult voice. But the second their owners switched to that sweet, exaggerated tone, the cats perked right up, they turned their heads, they moved closer. That specific voice is a direct signal to them that says, "You're safe, you're loved." Have you ever caught your cat just staring at you from across the room, and then they slowly close their eyes and open them again? Most people totally miss this. They think, "Oh, my cat's just sleepy." Nope. That right there is one of the most powerful, intentional messages of love in the entire feline world, and it is meant just for you. Researchers at the University of Sussex actually tested this in 2020, and they found that when humans did a slow blink first, cats were way more likely to blink back and even walk right up to them. See, in the animal kingdom, direct, unbroken eye contact is a challenge. It's aggressive. So by slowly breaking that gaze, you're saying, "I trust you. I am not a threat." It's basically their version of a heartfelt, "I love you." So how do you greet your cat? If you're like most of us, you probably just reach down and start petting them, right? Well, in doing that, you're skipping a really crucial step that your cat has secretly been waiting for you to learn. Cats process their entire world through scent first. When 2 cats who are friends greet each other, they touch noses. It's like a little scent handshake that says, "Hey, I know you, you're cool." When we skip that and just go straight for the pet, it can be really jarring. So the daily habit couldn't be simpler. Every single time, just extend one finger first. Let them sniff it. When they rub against it, that's your green light. You've just gone from being someone who just pets them to someone who asks for permission first. Okay, let's shift gears and move on to our second section. Here, we're going to talk about how to fulfill one of your cat's deepest, most fundamental needs, and this isn't just about having fun either. It's about speaking a language of love that your cat was literally born to understand, the instinct to play. You ever dangle a toy in front of your cat and they just stare at it with this look of total indifference? It's not because they're lazy. It's because you're boring them out of their mind. Cats are hardwired for a hunt. It's a sequence. Stalk, chase, pounce, catch. Just waving a toy in their face skips all the good parts. You've got to make that toy act like real prey. Have it hide behind a corner, make it dart away unexpectedly, and then let it freeze. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day of this kind of real play is all it takes to fulfill that primal instinct. You become the source of their deepest satisfaction. A cat that gets to have a real hunt every day is calmer, more affectionate, and deeply bonded to the person who makes it happen. All right, this final set of habits is all about understanding that for a cat, love is often about what you don't do. Seriously, it's about creating a feeling of safety, trust, and quiet companionship. What if I told you the most powerful thing you could do for your cat was absolutely nothing? It sounds crazy, right? We think bonding has to be active, petting, playing. But so often, the strongest bond is built in total silence.
In the wild, cats only relax and rest near other creatures they fully 100% trust. They don't cuddle like we do, they share space. So when you just exist in the same room without demanding their attention, you're speaking their language perfectly. You're saying, I just want to be here with you. And over time, they'll be the ones to close that distance. And like this says, being chosen, that's everything.
Come on, we've all been there. Your cat is curled up in a perfect little ball, looking so peaceful, and you get this overwhelming urge to just scoop them up for a cuddle. I get it. But what feels like love to you feels like a sudden, jarring alarm clock to them.
Cats can sleep up to 16 hours a day. It's how their whole nervous system resets. Deep sleep is their absolute most vulnerable state. And when you interrupt that, their heart rate spikes and their brain basically registers, hey, this safe spot, maybe it isn't so safe. The daily habit here is just so simple. When your cat is asleep, just let them be. Respecting their vulnerability builds an unbelievable amount of trust.
Okay, you ready? This is the one. This is the habit that unlocks pretty much everything else. There is one specific spot on your cat's body that triggers a bonding response deeper than anything else you can do. It's a behavior called allo-grooming. Now, when cats are deeply bonded, like a mother and her kittens or two siblings, they groom each other, but they almost always focus on the head and neck, places they can't reach themselves. This is an act that is reserved only for family, and you can mimic this incredibly powerful bonding behavior by using just your fingertips to give gentle, slow, repetitive strokes on the area between and behind their ears. You are actually triggering the release of oxytocin, the love hormone, in both of your brains. It's a real chemical bond that says, we belong to each other. So, there you have it. That's your daily checklist to speak cat. Use that special high-pitched voice. Share a slow blink whenever you can. Always offer a finger to sniff first. Make playtime a real hunt. Share their space quietly. Let them sleep peacefully, and gently stroke that magic spot between their ears. See, these aren't grand gestures. They're just small, consistent whispers in a language they can finally understand. These habits shift you from just being an owner to being a trusted member of their family. They don't just change your cat's behavior, they actually change how your cat sees you. So the only question left is, now that you know how to listen, what new things is your cat going to have to tell you?